Oh.
Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Robert Orfino, Texas Real Estate Radio Network. It's been about a year.
I know, I'm so sleepy.
And running into a lot of people at real estate events. Ran into a guy at the gym yesterday. I was sitting there working out. It was like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Yep.
And he has his phone, and he's got his headphones on, and I'm in the squat rack. He's in the one next to me. And I'm kind of like switching weights out or something. And he looks over at me, and he puts his phone out like this, faces the screen towards me, and he's listening to the show I did at noon.
Oh, that's funny.
And we started chatting. And anyway, so the theme of yesterday's show, what he was all pumped up about is he said, I said, this is your rookie. You have to pick a year.
Yeah.
You have to pick a year to be your first year.
Yep.
You got to pick your rookie season.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing a lot of investors that have not done anything in the last year going to a lot of events lately. We got another one here tomorrow.
Yep.
And
on Friday, and I think one Thursday night.
Yeah. And the conversation with a lot of folks is, what'd you do the last year? Yeah. Nothing. And they're assuming that nothing's changed in the last 12 months.
Bad assumption.
You were down in Corpus all weekend. There's not there almost no houses under $100,000.
I found one for 110, and I bought it yesterday.
Yeah, that's in Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
There's virtually nothing under $100,000 there.
Nope.
Whereas 18 months ago, we were snapping them up like
50, 60. Yeah.
We bought 2 duplexes for $9,000 a door.
Yeah.
Like $32,000 or something like that.
Yep.
$35,000. We bought 2 duplexes.
Yeah.
And now there's nothing down there under 100 G's.
Nope. And I got 3 to 4 crews going down over the next month, so we should be really exciting times down there.
Which, by the way, we still have a Corpus syndication that's open. But anyways, so
just barely.
Not much left for the Corpus syndication?
Yeah, I think there's
We're still
I think there's 160 left.
So 160 G's left.
1.4.
And there's a lot of equity that gets distributed to those folks.
Yeah. And then we're going to buy someone out of that one too.
And then the in-loop one is 600. Is it
600 left on in-loop. That is looking good now, man. We finally got through the ice storm, which crushed me.
Mm-hmm.
But my crews are all 100% focused now. I mean, they're cranking on. I've got 3 apartment flips going on right now, revitalizations. We're going to renovate them. 1 is in a flip, and then 2 we're just going to keep. They're cranking out there. So they're looking good. We got 1 more next week. The paint will go up on the exterior. We had to do a lot of extra stuff on the exterior that we didn't believe we needed to do, but that's all done. We're going to pass all our inspections, all the rough-in inspections next week, and then it's just turning the contractor loose, letting him go.
Yeah, it's. I was kind of surprised when Joe said, "Yeah, the plumber could start tomorrow." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, so the ice storm stuff is over.
Ice storm stuff's over. He's
so
like,
the plumber's going there, and he's got another crew somewhere else for me. Yep.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, he can start tomorrow." And he's doing the whole thing.
Yep, he's coming to get the check, and we're good to go.
Told me the price. I'm like, wait, that's not ice storm pricing.
Nope, it's back to normal.
Back to normal.
Yep.
60 days later, not even that. Yeah, 60 days later, back to normal.
Absolutely.
All of a sudden, everybody needs a check now.
Yeah, one last house. We turned on the water this weekend. There's holes
everywhere.
I'm like, all right, one more weekend of this.
Yeah. So if you've been asleep the last year,
yes,
you're in for a rude awakening. I have a.
I know you caught everything. You've watched everything now on Netflix, Disney, HBO Max, and Hulu and Amazon. But now it's time to get back to real estate.
And now you're top tier on Call of Duty. What do they call that? I can't remember. I'd have to ask my son.
What is it?
Prestige? Yeah, you've got Max Prestige. What's the Max Prestige level? A-Rock? Is it 5? I bet it's like 5.
We'll find that out.
You've got all the golden and double diamond guns at this point. I mean, you are
I have never done
it.
Call of Duty. No.
Oh man, it's addictive.
No, I still never got through Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh.
It's been 2.5 years playing that video game.
Level 200. So you're at level 200 on Call of Duty.
There you go. Yep.
So that's right. It's pretty awesome. So in your case, you've been doing that the last year, and all of a sudden you wake up and go, well, I think I'm going to start. I keep hearing there's a real estate crash coming.
Yeah. I'm ready to go get ready for that.
I'm going to go get ready for that crash. So a buddy of mine, and I will not mention his name. I don't know if he wants me to mention his name or not. I'll just say he's a very, very high-level realtor in Central Texas. Owns... I know he listens to the show. You have to tell me how many doors he owns now. It's got to be between 200 and 300 at some point. And real estate investing is like his side gig. He's a mover, shaker, broker. Anyway, he sends me an article, and the title of the article is The Wall Street Journal and all the eggheads say that the national housing stock is the inventory to get to a normal market. We need 3.8 million homes.
Yeah.
Which is almost as many as there are in forbearance, by the way.
Right.
So if all of those properties went to foreclosure, we'd be at like a sort of normal market.
And housing starts across the country are measured right now in the tens of thousands.
Yes.
So we're
not building enough.
Way to go. Yep.
We're not building enough. So if you're and I'm going to talk about this at tomorrow's Breakfast and Basics for about an hour and a half.
Well, where's that event?
Here at the Texas Real Estate Investment Center.
Texas Real Estate. Great.
So if you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, sorry, bud.
Yeah, it looks like we are the contrarians in this space right now, and that's fine. Everyone else can go do their own stuff, and you go wherever you want to go. We totally get it. But if you're coming with us and you're gonna join the mastermind, or you're gonna start taking all the classes and all the stuff with training we have going on here in the building, you're gonna hear a message about anything but a crash. And the fact that the affordability is going up and taxes are going up. Taxes, the prices are going up. That means taxes are going up, right? So we probably have an affordability crisis in the next 5 years, right? Because the taxes will keep rising. And will any school district put a cap on it? Never.
No.
They'll just keep taking the money, right? So now your $250,000 in 5 years is going to be appraised at $400,000.
Well, they can only go up for homestead. They can only 10% a year, right?
But every year, right?
Yeah.
Every year. So 10% of rule of 72. That's
7.2 years.
7.2 years.
Doubles in value at 10%.
So you're 2027.
Yeah.
What just happened? Your taxes are now doubled. Mm-hmm. So we believe it's going the other way. We believe that it's going to have to start. We're going to have to start seeing some ground up. We're going to have to see a lot of infill.
Let's back up 1 second, Rob.
Sure.
I don't want to say believe. We know.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, this is not a debate. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, you got your number. Like, no, dude. This is like we're debating gravity.
Yes.
The data is in. It's like
I'm being polite.
I know you're being polite, and I'm not going to be polite tomorrow. I'm going to already tell you that. Like, if you believe this, like you're at this point, you now believe in, leprechauns with a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Like,
right.
If you believe in foreclosures, that's what you believe it. Like, it's so disassociated with reality.
Yeah.
It just doesn't even make sense at this point.
Right, because reality is right there on the MLS.
That's a good, yeah.
It's right there.
Actually, you know where the reality is? Your neighborhood.
Yeah, just
go
look
walk
around.
your neighborhood and see how fast houses are selling.
We are not very far away from us selling our house. I told you when it hits that 140 a square foot number, I'm out. Across the street just sold for 127 a square foot.
Wow.
I'm like, we're close.
Wow.
We're talking about 10%, like $13. We'll be at 140 a square foot, and I have a nicer lot and a bigger garage.
Well, what are you going to do? You're just going to get
I think I'm going to go get a little condo in
townhome or something in River Oaks?
A gated community. Yeah, absolutely. And just not have to deal with it anymore.
Oh,
and
man.
Just enjoy Corpus.
Somebody just listed a house, and I've driven by it before. Mid-century modern house. It's off of McGregor. If you guys are familiar with that area of town, pretty close to U of H. And they listed it at $850. It's 5,000 square feet. It's not, the neighborhood around there is not stellar, but it is awesome. And I was like, man, that's probably a $1.6 million house.
We are heading those California prices super. We're accelerated market here. So, hey, this is Robert and Jason. We're with the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. And this is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. We're broadcasting live from the Texas Real Estate Investment Center, and we'd love to have you here. Make sure you go check out our website. We've got lots and lots of events coming up this week and the rest of the month and all throughout May, so we want to get you guys going, get you started again coming out of your COVID sleepover there, and we'll be back. Oh, they're just in their pajamas on the couch for forever.
Waiting for the world to end.
I overfilled my pool last night, so don't feel bad.
Oh, yeah? I can't get enough water. Well, we got the plumber coming in, so I guess that's going to change things. Yeah. I just want to get in my pool. I want to be in my damn house is what I really want.
I overfilled it now. I'm like, oh, now I put in like oh, that water is cold. It's going to take another week to heat up. It was close when I came home last night. I felt I was like, oh, I could almost get in here.
You need a pool heater.
Nope, I'm good.
No?
I cut down the trees.
Oh, so now you're getting the solar load.
I got half and half now.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'm getting ready for the solar system too.
Yep. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Robert Orfino, Texas Real Estate Radio Network. We're talking about all those poor guys out there that haven't done anything in the last year.
Yeah.
And they're waking up. They got sleep in their eyes. They got COVID drool running down their face. And they go, what's going on, guys? All of a sudden, this market's on fire.
So, listen, we believe that this market is it's a pure lack of inventory. So you're either going to start building, right, or you're going to go find other markets that are not too far behind here. So we're doing both, and I think that a lot of people waking up are just, if you get a decent number on a flip, you might make money on it because those market's still accelerating so fast, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be able to do some of that, but the door knocking, pre-foreclosure stuff, I don't think that's going to work at all. I think you're going to be looking to start getting into small apartments. Again, we focus on buy and hold. We like to do one flip a month. We're still doing that. And small apartments are where we are seeing the most traction in all the markets that we're in. So we're super excited about that. However, everyone is now a multifamily syndicator, right? We just saw that email from that guru. That was funny. And that's okay, but we're out there sending LOIs, looking at properties, trying to figure some things out, and we're going to be able to move forward on this stuff. Go ahead.
Let me give you guys some numbers. This is year over year for March. Property sales are up 32%. We're selling 12,000 properties a month now.
That is huge.
That's a record.
I can remember Eddie Gant standing on stage saying, when do you think we're going to get to 10,000 a month? And we just blew right by it.
Yeah. Active listings are down 43%. This is accelerating. It's getting worse. It tells you how crazy this market is. Active listings are down 43%. In other words, inventory is down 43%. We need a real estate crash to double the amount of inventory to just get to a normal market. I don't think people realize that. Like we would have to double the amount of inventory. Okay. So total active listings are down 43%. Single family home sales are up 24%. That's a 60, let me make sure I can read this right. 67% gap. Inventory's down 43%. Sales, which is demand, is up 24%. That's a 70% delta. Mm-hmm. The crisis is here, and it's going to be rapid price appreciation. And then single-family average sales price. Oh, the average sales price is up 20%. The median sales price is up 16%. Jeez. This is what a real estate crisis looks like on the upside.
So we are up 16% year over year.
Yes.
The month that COVID hit.
Yep. Yes. The median home price in Houston, Texas is now $290,000. The only thing that I've been wrong on my predictions is how fast this is happening.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? The median home price is $290,000. Like, that little house I bought in Spring Branch now is almost at the median.
Jason, we're a real market now.
Yeah, we're like
we're an adult market.
This is an adult market.
This is going to be $350 by the end of the summer, right?
It will be $350 by the end of the summer.
$350 by the end of the summer means that adults can get houses now, and not everyone else.
That's right. San Diego a couple years ago, the median home price was only like $450.
Yeah, even LA. Yep.
Single family months of inventory down to 1.4. Never been that low ever. Meaning, if we have no more new houses that come on the market, all of them will sell in 1.4 months.
Right. So what does that tell us about what strategy we should be doing?
Buying and holding.
You're going to buy and hold, right? You're going to buy and hold because you're on that upswing. If you can get a little 10% discount at the buy it. We're telling all our folks in the mastermind, anything you see that's under $180,000 for a single family, just buy. Any multifamily you're seeing under $250,000, buy.
Okay, this is existing homes, which is where you and I play.
Yep.
The median price for existing homes year over year is up 21%. 21% appreciation.
21%. That's beautiful.
So, Rob and I, let me put it this way. I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to make a totally different statement. The median home price for existing homes, which is what you and I buy in our funds, syndication, and personally, the appreciation is 21%. For those of you in our single-family real estate fund, the houses in that fund are at the median appreciating 21%.
At the median.
The median. Yes. 21% appreciation.
Now, we know we've got some on that higher side of that because we bought up everything under $100,000.
Now, I can already do the math in my head and tell you how much that fund is making right now, but the FTC would throw a fit.
Yeah, we can't. But yes.
Because the rates of return are ridiculous at this point.
And it's market timing, right? We believed what we were talking about at the time. We did what we said we were going to do, and we're winning.
The days on market figure for single-family homes dropped from 65 to 45. Days on market are 45 days or less. If you think there's a crash coming, dude, we got to get to 6 months. Like, that's the number. To where we get to a normal market is 6 months. We're at 45 days. Like, it doesn't even... This is crazy.
They are pushing the bounds of conventional mortgage closings, right? 45 days is tight now.
Yeah.
So when you start seeing that drop down to like in the 30s, that means we're no longer dealing with conventional mortgages and it's becoming a cash market.
Yeah. Well, there's I have to pull the stat up, but something like 20 to 30% of home sales are with cash.
Yep.
So let me tell you what's going on in Austin.
That's huge.
That's huge. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what's going on in Austin because that's going to come here. In Austin, if you're at the median home price, if you're not coming in 50 to 60K above list and cash, your offer isn't even considered.
Yeah.
That's coming here to Houston.
Yep.
It's just another 12 months away.
Yeah.
So the thing I keep asking, like title companies and lenders, like, hey, have you guys seen a drop in business because there's not enough inventory? And right now, everyone says no, but I'm guessing that's going to happen in the next 12 to 18 months.
So we have folks in our mastermind that we just sold 4 of 8 properties to, and they have no idea how great of a deal they got. And there's still 4 left that people need to buy right away.
Yeah.
So we bring properties to our mastermind folks, both from a wholesaling perspective or from a reselling perspective after we've gone ahead and bought it, fixed it up, and sell it out. So, our folks on our mastermind should not be having a problem finding properties because we keep delivering them to them.
No, we talked about 7 or 8 this morning,
Yeah,
right?
so 7 or 8 this morning. So I don't know where everyone else is finding their properties, but we're still out there doing it, and it's just the opposite. We're not doing any of this. Well, we'll come back. We'll tell you the stuff that we know that's working for us and how we're doing it. But again, we believe we believe we're in an accelerating appreciation market that is demanding ground up, which means there's just not enough. It's just basic laws of supply and demand. And because that's the market that we're in, and that's where the data is telling us, we're acting accordingly, is the best way to say it. And we want you to act accordingly too, right? Because anything else is just sort of fantasy at this point. So, hey, this is Robert and Jason with world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network, broadcasting from the Texas Real Estate Investment Center, which you guys are going to be stopping by all summer long. We've got all kinds of events, so make sure you go check out our event calendar. We're going to come back from this break. We're going to continue talking about how you can get moving here in 2021.
I had way too much caffeine. I am fired up.
Yeah, so we had a conversation, Brian had a conversation with someone from California who said, the next fund you're doing, the Texas Appreciation, Real Estate Appreciation Fund, he's like, I'll fill it.
Just the first $4 million or so.
He's like,
$5 million?
yeah. He's like, what do you need? We'll say, well, we need about 3.4. He's like, I'm good for that.
Oh, all right.
My guys want to invest in Texas. We're looking. You're telling me I'm going to make a base plus this.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, those California meetups are going to be fun.
So, yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Welcome back, Texas Real Estate Radio Network. Let me give you a fun stat, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
If you bought a house, a median home price house a year ago, it was worth $250,000.
Yeah.
That house is now worth $290,000.
Beautiful.
You made $40,000 just in appreciation.
I think what we really need to dissect is it's not happening the same with duplexes and 3s and 4s.
Not yet.
And we need to figure out what that real appreciation number is. And, you know, the problem is you want to go talk to an appraiser, but they have no clue.
It's half.
Yeah.
It's usually, so I've done enough of the modeling. No, it's half of whatever single family is. So if your single family
10%.
appreciation's 20%, your duplexes, triplexes, the quads to 2 units to 4 units.
Yeah, 10%.
Is 10%.
That's good for us too.
Yeah, that's not. But we're doing just fine over here.
So look, guys, if you're listening to us and you want to get into buy and hold, we're not flipping. We do neither flip a month, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
we're not really wholesaling. We kind of do wholesale to our mastermind members, but it's all about buying and holding. Every project we look at is like, can we buy and hold this? Yes. So we're doing a buy and hold, and if that's where you want to be, if that's where hey, I want to go ahead and get my 10 doors, right? I want to create wealth through real estate. Maybe not all my wealth, but let's just start with 10 doors like we're talking about. You are starting in a really big disadvantage.
Yes.
Because the market is not going to be helpful to you.
No.
So you've got to figure out how to tame the market and how to work it and how to work within these situations, which is what we've been doing. We'll tell you to join a mastermind like we always tell you to do. It's $12,500 for year 1, $7,500 for year 2, $5,000 for year 3, $2,500 year 4. You need a 700 FICO or better. You need to make at least $100,000, preferably W-2, and you need to have capital to go. If you don't have that, Jason, then I don't know how you're doing it.
Yeah, you gotta have some money.
I don't. If you don't have good credit, you don't have money to go. I think what is happening now is there are tons of gurus out there that are desperate to sell product, and they're selling product that don't match the market.
Well, they're selling. I'll tell you the class everyone's selling right now. It's, hey guys, this is just like 2008. Get ready for short sales and foreclosures. And I'm like, no. There's math is pretty easy here.
Right.
There's not enough houses. There's a lot of buyers.
Yep.
And this is going to continue through probably 2028. If you can believe it's going to get worse. I'm in a bunch of real estate agent groups, and realtors are saying this. I've been doing this 10, 20, 30 years. I've never seen it this crazy before.
Right.
And when you've got 60 offers on one piece of property, which is very common now, you can't tell me 59 of those people that can afford to buy a house, like if that house goes into default, they're not going to be able to walk in and buy that thing.
Right.
This is not like 08 and 09 all over again.
Yep.
It's just not. So if someone is pitching you, this is what I talked about yesterday, and it's something you always talk about. It's fear or greed.
Yeah.
Fear of missing out on this really great opportunity of all these, quote, foreclosures, or greed because you'll be able to buy something cheap because some family got thrown out on their butts. Problem is neither one of those are true.
Right.
What we're telling you is you can wait if you want, but it's going to cost you. And in fact, for those of you who haven't bought anything in the last year, it cost you $40,000.
On the average, yeah. On the medium.
On the median side, it cost you $40,000 to wait. If you bought 4 houses last year, it cost you $160,000. I will tell you this. There is no better investment than a single-family house in the state of Texas. It's better than Bitcoin or the Doge or Tesla. It's better than all that stuff. Way better. So you can sit and wait. You can sit in another webinar and learn about tax foreclosures or whatever nonsense they're teaching these days. Or dogging on
owner finance.
Yeah, you do all that nonsense. At the end of the day, there is nothing better than owning a piece of single-family real estate.
Yep. And owning it in Texas. So, again, if if you're with us, then we've got a ton of classes and events coming up. We've got the mastermind. Make sure you start coming out. And here's what we're doing, Jason, just completely out there. Mm-hmm. We are charging for everything now. There's no such thing as a free class here.
Uh-oh.
It's $10.
Oh, I can't afford that.
If you can't afford $10, then you're certainly not coming to my class.
No.
There's no chicken. There's no beer. There's no whiskey. There's no tacos at any of our events.
Wait, I mean, I actually have to really want to do this?
You have to really want to do it. And come with a notepad and take notes, because I'm not sending the slides out to anyone either.
Although we drank whiskey last night when we bought properties.
That was for the mastermind.
That was for our mastermind.
So we had
a mastermind, folks.
Yeah, we always pay for food and booze.
We were drinking whiskey in my office, and guys were buying properties.
But here's the deal, guys. For real, I mean, if you're going to be an investor, if you're trying to figure this stuff out, then you don't want us serving free chicken wings.
No.
Because then there's everyone in the room who are just really there for the free chicken wings. I mean, real estate agents are notorious for just showing up for the tacos, right?
Well, what's funny is I always hear broker open, like, oh, we're going to have a broker
just
open house.
Fest, right?
I'm like, let's call it what it is, day drinking.
Yeah, mimosas.
That's what that is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Oh, I got a rough day. I've got 2 broker opens. Are you taking an Uber? Because it sounds like just day drinking for 8 hours.
We did a small apartment meeting. We had 7 people there. And I had another 8 online, but that was just a mastermind. We don't do it online at all anymore.
Yeah.
You've got to come out and you got to want to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, we're not going to feed into this world where it's just, I don't know, the education junkies. We want you to take action. That's what our building is for. That's what our mastermind is for. So, unfortunately, guys, no chicken wings with us. No little sandwiches in the back. No free beer. None of that. Only
bottle of water and a bag of chips.
You know what we are providing? We're providing real-world practical education about building out a portfolio so that you can become wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're providing. So if you don't show up for us, we get it. And if we see you at the chicken events, we understand what you're about. Mm-hmm. It's really that it. So we had like 6 people here. Those guys are all dead serious about building their portfolios. They got landlord problems. Mm-hmm. They have financing problems. And we're all sitting there and we're all working with them. Hey, this is how you got to do it. Hey, there's a bank over here that'll do 80% loan to value. Mm-hmm. Right? We have an 80% LTV bank.
Let's have that conversation.
Yeah, that's the conversation you want to have. Not, is there any more tacos left?
Yeah, here's the crazy thing where people really goof this up. I need to get into wholesaling and flipping so I can buy rentals. I'm like, no, you don't.
Nope.
Buy as many rentals as you can afford right now. Maybe only 1, maybe 2, could be 10. I don't know.
Right.
Refinance them in 6 to 8 months. You'll be able to take a lot of that cash out and buy some more.
Yes.
Like this. That's how easy this marketplace is. Like there's no point to flipping wholesale. There's really no point.
So again, if you're looking for the big party, it ain't here. At least it's not being thrown by us. There will definitely be some parties here thrown by other people. For us, this is about being very serious, right? And again, I know who you are, right? I'm talking to the engineer. I'm talking to the doctor. I'm talking to the professional. That's who we want to attract. That's what this building is for. Let's go. Get over here and let's figure it out. Let's figure out where you're at, where's your starting point, and then how we get to the goal line. And again, you don't have to join the $12,500 mastermind. There are plenty of $10 classes all throughout the month.
Yeah.
On a vast variety of topics that's all about holding wealth in real estate. So we definitely want to see you here. This is Jason and Robert. We're with the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. This is the Texas Real Estate Radio Network. We are broadcasting live. No, you're recording at night. We're live here right now.
We're live right now.
Yes, we're live here at the Texas Real Estate Investment Center. And that's over at 5295 Hollister. We'd love to have you stop by. Yeah, we have some events going on this week. We've got a big EXP thing for a lunch and learn on Friday, so make sure you're checking that out. And then next week we'll talk about some other events coming up. Hey, Robert and Jason will be back. Hey, welcome back. Robert and Jason here from the world-renowned Mr. Texas Real Estate. Hey, check out our website, mrtxre.com, MR is in Mr., TX is in Texas, RE is in realestate.com. I guess there was some sort of 1 day or 2 day how to raise private fund event up in the Woodlands. And we had a couple people go. And
I heard the attendance was sparse, to say the least.
Yes, and
I thought there were some Shark Tank people there, but I guess the sharks got scared off.
I
something?
also heard the content was sparse as well.
I heard there was a rap. Somebody did a rap about confidence or something.
That's great. So look,
I want to find that guy on YouTube. Can we bring him down here?
Here's the deal. If you're getting into apartment syndication, you've already dropped a ton of money with your guru, or you're just thinking about doing it yourself, or if you're in our mastermind, we host a 3-day event. It's Friday night, and Friday night's really, really critical. It kicks everything off. And then it's a full day Saturday and a full day Sunday. And we break it down on how to actually raise money. Basically, how we've set up our syndications, our funds, our private notes, the office that we run it. We give you everything that we do. We listen, when you guys come to events, we don't hold back very much. But it's not $97. It's not $500. It's $3,000. Because if you're looking to raise millions and millions of dollars, you'll drop $3,000 no problem to figure this out.
Well, if $3,000 is too much, this is not for you.
You're definitely not doing
this
the
is
right
not
thing.
for you.
Yeah. So if you're in apartment syndications now, or you're trying to do funds, or you're trying to raise money for private notes, we have a class. It's $3,000. I'm going to do a preview for that coming up. Make sure you check your email. And we're going to go through it. And it's really about setting yourself up with the information and being able to connect with the people who want that information. There are thousands upon thousands of accredited investors in our market. Mm-hmm. There's 215 just within the 5 zip codes around our building.
Yes.
So we'll get easily 40 of those people in our building at some point in the next year.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And this is what we're talking about. And this is why we're going to California. Guys, we're going to be out in California in August. Why we're going back to New York, New Jersey. We'll be active out there this summer as well. Again, we're working with a guy in California who's already like, hey, me and my buddies are looking for Texas. We want to come out, sit down, talk to you guys, send us over all the documentation. But 3.4 is easy for us.
They literally yesterday, I just happened to be walking by, and I could hear them talking in the conference room. And they were like, yeah, like send the docs over and we'll wire the money tomorrow. And I was like, wait, what is going on in there? And I poked my head in and I was like, well, the docs aren't done yet. I'm like, all right, just, he's like, and then he said, can I put some money in some other stuff while it waits? Because I know it's going to take you guys a month or two to get approval from the SEC. So it's like, yeah, I guess we could.
Sure.
I was like, let me chat with Rob. I know we got some stuff under contract and all that. So it's like, let me put it this way. The adults have listened to the show for long enough.
Yes.
And they've been locked down in California, and they've been watching what we've been saying for 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And they're going, holy crap, they're right.
Yes.
And the big money guys are going, oh, you only need 3.5?
Yep.
You sure you don't need 10?
Right. It's like, that's the next fund.
That's
we're going to raise 10 in the
we're
next
getting
fund.
there. We're getting there.
Right?
Just,
so
let us get the documents done first.
Yeah. So
don't send the wire
That's
yet.
all happening this afternoon, actually. So this is what's going on in our world, right? We are raising money now from a lot of different states and multiple countries, which makes us now world-renowned, right? So we're taking in money from a bunch of different countries. We also have our mastermind students that are raising money outside of the United States as well as inside, right? And so all these pieces are falling together right here. Again, great market, right time, right place. And there are people hungry to put some money into Texas real estate. So if you want to learn about that class, you can go ahead and text 281-401-9008. That's 281-401-9008. Just text fundraising class, money raising class, and we'll send you over the link. It's $3,000. I think it's actually $35. And there's a $500 coupon off. So we'll give you the coupon code. It's 3 days. It's an intensive. We limit it to 10 people. There's no more than 10 people.
Yeah, there's not 100 people in there.
There's no upsell here. We're not trying to slam people with other stuff. There's no speaker coming in at lunch to sell you some program. We're going to lay out everything on day one. Hey, these are the 5 things you should buy. 2 of them I have an affiliate on. The other 3 I don't care about, right? And then that's it. And you've got to start building out your fundraising part of your business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very serious part of your business. And there are laws and there are rules, and we want to go through all that stuff for you. But again, if you're thinking about small apartments, if you're thinking about ground up land, if you're thinking about, hey, I'm going to go out and get 20 properties and I'm going to need private notes, then this is the class for you. And again, at $3,000, it's nothing if you're serious about it. The people who won't take this class are probably the ones who aren't serious about it, right? So,
or they'll ask us a million questions at the next free chicken wing event.
Yeah.
By the way, I've got to get back with the nonprofit guys because we got to get our nonprofit thing.
Absolutely.
So we can start doing those. So we don't have to have a lame booth at the at any of the real estate clubs that we sponsor. I don't like the.
Well, we have the other nonprofit too that we have to work on.
That's right. Yeah, we're busy here.
We'll do a little meeting.
I'm looking for this article. Because somebody asked me a question over text message. It's interesting. Sometimes I forget that, you and I are so involved in this space. It's like we'll talk about real estate gurus and all that other stuff. And most people, when they're first exposed to this space, they're like, oh, there's all these guys that teach real estate education and they're giving back to the community. And you believe all that. You know what? It's I was watching a great show. Oh, what was it on? It was a big con show. Oh, it was the education scandal. Where they were paying.
Oh, yeah, I watched that. Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
It was a good show, wasn't it?
Side door.
And what you realize, what's so funny is what you realize, all of it's wrong.
Yeah.
He just wasn't a university that was taking a big check.
Yes.
You realize it's all wrong.
Yep.
It's all completely wrong, right? Yep. Not just the side door, but the donations from alumni and all that, the backdoor stuff, like all that nonsense. So the interesting thing was, this was, if you guys are familiar, a couple of years ago, there was this pay-to-play scandal where this particular gentleman had contacts with Ivy League school coaches and would put your kids on like random team sports.
The bowling team.
And they get a scholarship, so they get into Cornell or Harvard or Stanford or wherever.
Yep.
You pay them a couple $100,000. Your kid who has no business going there would be able to get in, right? Which tells you what really a lot of that education is. As long as you just get in, it's really hard to get kicked out. Anyway, that's a whole nother story because most colleges are kind of a joke, except for the STEM programs. They will kick you out of a Stanford STEM program, right? You can't code, you're out. Anyway, the fascinating thing was when the FBI started to get involved, and this guy was then calling the parents, so they turned the head guy
into an informant.
Yep. And one of the things the FBI said was, you can tell somebody who's worked with, quote, criminals before, because when someone has a conversation on the phone about illegal stuff, they're like, whoa, Bob, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I thought I was just making a donation to your foundation. I didn't know this was all going on. I thought little Billy got into Stanford because, I mean, he's kind of an idiot, but I mean, I thought everything was good. So the way I equate that is you and I know the game with the real estate gurus.
Right.
Like, I know when a guy's standing on stage, I'm like, nah, he's full of it.
Yeah.
And everybody else in the audience is like, well, he seems really nice, and he's got pictures of really nice cars, and he's wearing a really great suit, and he seems like a really good guy. And I'm like, no, that guy ain't doing anything.
Yeah, that's junior high right there.
Yeah, but the thing is like you've got to know.
They got to know. Yeah.
Right.
And they usually what they have to do is it's a $25,000 education.
Right.
They lose $25,000 on something that didn't work, and then they realize, oh wait.
I'll never forget there was a gal. It was in Vegas. And we had this big networking event. Mm-hmm. And what they did is, there were like 500 people there. We sponsored a brewery. Whole brewery, bought the whole thing out. It's a couple $1,000. Had 500 or 600 people there. And maybe it was like $10,000. A couple of us split it. And what we did is the successful guys all had these like 8 top tables. And then we're running out. All right. So they would sit at the 8 top for like 10 minutes, and then we'd go around the 8 top and talk about their problems, and then they would rotate them so we wouldn't have to move, and we'd sit there and drink and hang out. This gal sitting next to me had spent $100,000 with different real estate gurus, hadn't bought a single house.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there and you're like, why has no one told you? And then we sat there and talked to her for 10 minutes. She goes, I've never heard any of this kind of stuff before. I'm like, crazy. Why has no one ever taught you this? And they just think that all these guys they're on stage. They know what they're talking about. I'm like,
I know.
No, they don't.
It's so tough, man. And I feel bad. I've had people
feel terrible. They're crying and they're staring. Yeah,
crying to me. It's like, they told me to open a second credit card account. Now I've maxed out that credit card. I still don't have a house. I'm like, wow. Why are you telling me?
Yeah, why don't you go talk to your guru?
Yeah, call the state consumer affairs line. See what they can do for you.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're doing a little bit things differently here. check us out, mrtxre.com. You can go ahead and text us at 281-401-9008. Thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow night. Tell them to figure that one out.